MaryAnne, let me just tell you a little bit about her. MaryAnne Howland runs a company in Nashville, in Tennessee, called Ibis Communications, which does a lot of work on diversity and inclusion and training, and has clients across the United States. And MaryAnne is also a board member of ASBC and has really been a great voice and light in our organization, so we appreciate you greatly, and I'll turn it over to you to introduce Todd. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Now, I have a little bit of a cold. You may hear a little nasal congestion, so I'm just warning afterwards, just keep a little distance. But, well, I'm really deeply honored and privileged to present the SUSTY Award for election integrity to the Honorable Elijah Cummings, U.S. Representative for Maryland's 7th Congressional District. And I'm so sorry, I just got notice that he was unable to join. I think he's at that vote as well. So I'm gonna absorb the time to tell you a little bit about why he's so fantastic. So I took the time to just kind of do a little research on him and bring you up to speed. So Representative Cummings has introduced a number of pieces of seminal legislation over the past several years designed to reduce election fraud, to prevent foreign interference, put an end to voter suppression, and ensure that minorities are not disenfranchised. He's a staunch advocate for fair elections, and he himself has been reelected 9 times. So that says a lot. Now, here's the fun part. In an early morning tweet, earlier this year, President Trump said, I was trying not to use his name, but I will be asking for a major investigation into voter fraud. And Cummings responded, President Trump wants a major investigation of voter fraud? Well, now he has one. So along with Representative Robert Brady, ranking member of the Committee on House Administration, and Assistant Democratic Leader James Clyburn, Cummings has launched an investigation into alleged efforts to suppress the vote through voter registration fraud and voter challenges as part of a broad effort to promote the integrity of our nation's elections. Now, Cummings is a busy man. He's also the senior member of the House Committee for Health Care Reform and Drug Policy. So we now know he has a special rapport with the president on Twitter. So in a series of recently rapid-fire tweets, we got @RealDonaldTrump. It's good you'll finally designate the #opioid crisis a national emergency, but you also need to lower the price of Naxalone. Right after that, @RealDonaldTrump. Mr. President, you promised to lower drug prices, but companies are charging $87K per year for a drug you own. So please act now. So if you don't already, I recommend that you follow his Twitter. He's really good at it. In fact, I would describe him as fearless. When he was ranking member of the Select Committee on Benghazi, and I know you'll remember that. Now, I personally watched all 11 hours of Hillary's testimony because I'm wonky like that. Well, I want to personally thank him. Tell him I said thank him for his finely honed BS radar and calling him out for that because he was really good. And as ranking member of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, he has had his hands busy with email scandals yet again, fighting to lower drug prices, monitoring hurricane recovery efforts, and the very long list goes on. But never wavering, he has been a strong voice in demanding full transparency and accountability when it comes to Russian interference in the 2016 election. Now, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, so I can't give remarks without making a music analogy. So to me, Elijah Cummings is kind of like Darius Rucker, the black country rock star, if you're from lead of Hootie and the Blowfish. Well, Darius Rucker is a representative of rising above the challenge of the status quo, if you know what I mean. So similarly, Representative Cummings is playing lead in Congress in the rarefied air of success and influence on an exclusive platform with one very important distinction, that his is the kind that touches the lives of every single American. His distinct, smart, and incisive voice is blazing trails, breaking barriers, and is a source of inspiration for aspiring public servants who seek to be like him, one of our nation's leaders dedicating their lives to public service. He's also relentless. Returning to work after heart surgery earlier this year, he tweeted, "Thank you at Nancy Pelosi and everyone for your well wishes. My will to fight to protect the rights of Americans is stronger than ever." So Congressman, thank you for your service, your clarity, your tenacity, and your personal integrity. We want to recognize you for your steadfast leadership in ensuring that the U.S. election system remains accessible and fair. And so here to accept the award on behalf of Representative Cummings is Todd Phillips, Counsel and Policy Advisor for Congressman Cummings. So Todd, if you'll come over and accept this award.